It is all happening at Old Trafford today, and I mean all of it. Manchester United are ready to hand Michael Carrick a permanent contract, a 2-year deal, reportedly until June 2028, with an option to extend. Formal talks have not yet started, but the direction of travel is absolutely clear. And that is just the beginning. Transfer talks are intensifying, with United locked in a battle to land a world-class midfielder this summer. Sandro Tonali is on the radar. Elliot Anderson is a dream target. Ederson from Atalanta is being quietly pushed to the front of the queue. On top of that, there is some encouraging team news ahead of next match, with Casemiro set to return and potentially make an emotional farewell appearance at Old Trafford. Manager Michael Carrick has also provided updates on Manuel Ugarte and Benjamin Šeško ahead of the clash with Nottingham Forest. This is the most important week at Manchester United in months. Stay right there. This is the Reds View, guys. We have got a packed show for you today. We are going to cover everything, a full tactical breakdown, injury news, the biggest transfer developments of the week, a look ahead to Sunday's home match with Nottingham Forest, a predicted lineup and a score prediction. Let us get into it. Manchester United are planning one of the most ambitious summers in recent memory. Reports this week indicate that the club want a minimum of 5, probably 6 new signings ahead of the 2026-27 season. That list includes 3 central midfielders, a left-back, a backup striker and potentially a second goalkeeper to support Lamens. Let us go through the biggest names. United have now made Sandro Tonali their top midfield target, according to multiple reports this week. The 26-year-old Italian international is regarded as one of the finest all-round midfielders in the Premier League. Fabrizio Romano confirmed he is on United's shortlist, and reports from Italy suggest United are preparing what has been described as a massive offer, potentially upward of £100 million, to wrestle him away from St James's Park. However, it is not going to be simple. Newcastle are adamant he is not for sale and previously described him publicly as an icon of their club. And crucially, sources suggest Tonali himself would prefer a return to Serie A, with Juventus, AC Milan and Inter Milan all showing interest. It is understood that Tonali's camp is pushing for an exit, and Newcastle could yet change their position if the numbers are right. It remains a complex and evolving situation. Nothing is finalised, but United are absolutely in this fight. However, here is the name climbing rapidly up the list this week. Fabrizio Romano confirmed on his Here We Go podcast that Ederson from Atalanta is a backup option for United, available for around 40 to 45 million euros. The 26-year-old Brazilian was previously close to joining Atletico Madrid, but those talks have broken down, giving United a significant opening. Sky Sports report that interest in Ederson has stepped up considerably. An offer from United to Atalanta has even been referenced in some outlets this week. It is understood that Atletico have now turned their attention to João Gomes of Wolves, clearing the path for United. Ederson is strong, combative and built for the Premier League. At that price, he represents excellent value. On the different pages of that, Elliot Anderson is being described as a dream target for Manchester United, but a deal looks difficult as Manchester City are leading the race and Nottingham Forest reportedly value him at around £120 million. Meanwhile, Carlos Baleba of Brighton and Hove Albion remains on United's radar as a long-term midfield option, with strong interest continuing ahead of future transfer windows. On the outgoing side, 2 midfield departures look almost certain. Casemiro will leave at the end of his contract. His Inter Miami connection has been widely reported, with the MLS side eager to add the Brazilian legend to their roster. Manuel Ugarte's exit is also expected to generate around £38 million for the club. That money will be reinvested directly into the new midfield. And one subplot that refuses to go away. Marcus Rashford scored a stunning free kick against Real Madrid last week as Barcelona clinched the La Liga title. It was a brilliant goal. His manager Hansi Flick has publicly stated he wants to keep Rashford beyond this summer. And this week, Rashford himself hinted strongly that he sees his future in Catalonia. Barcelona have made a new proposal for Rashford, according to Team Talk, and sources have confirmed that United's response, should it come to a permanent deal, will be pragmatic. They would listen, but they would also demand a significant fee. The saga is far from over, but the writing for now points toward Rashford staying in Spain. One final transfer note, and this one is positive. Bruno Fernandes is reportedly very close to signing a new long-term contract at Manchester United. The captain has been one of the Premier League's finest players this season, with the assists record in his sights. United are stepping up their efforts to tie him down. This one looks likely to get done, and when it does, it will be one of the most important pieces of business the club completes all summer. And this is where things get even more interesting. Reports suggest Michael Carrick is set to be offered a new 2-year permanent contract by Manchester United, potentially running until 2028, with talks expected to begin soon. Sources indicate strong internal support from the club hierarchy, including praise from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and growing belief that Carrick is the leading candidate to continue as permanent manager. Final discussions are expected before the Brighton game at the end of the season. The players want it, the fans want it, and it looks like the board has made its decision. The question now is simply when the announcement comes. Now, let us run through the injury room ahead of Sunday's home game against Nottingham Forest. Casemiro is fit and set to return. Carrick confirmed it, with as it is his emotional final Old Trafford appearance. Benjamin Šeško is also expected to be available after recovering from injury, while Manuel Ugarte remains a doubt with a back issue. Matthijs de Ligt continues his long-term recovery and is still uncertain for the rest of the season. Meanwhile, it is understood that this week's training sessions at Carrington have had an upbeat feel, with Michael Carrick in good spirits ahead of Sunday's home game. The mood at Carrington, by all accounts, is positive. The Champions League is confirmed. The manager's position looks as though it is about to be resolved. The summer is full of ambition. It is a very different environment to the one this squad were operating in just 4 months ago. Now let's look at predicted lineup of this United team. Sunday, May the 17th, kick-off at 3:30 at Old Trafford. The last home game of the Premier League season. One more point to guarantee third place. And here is how I think Carrick will line up. Michael Carrick is expected to field a strong side with Senna Lamans in goal, a backline of Noussair Mazraoui, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. In midfield, Casemiro is set to anchor alongside Kobbie Mainoo, with Amad Diallo, Bruno Fernandes and Matheus Cunha supporting Benjamin Šeško up front. Prediction for this match sees United winning 2-1 at Old Trafford. With strong home support and key returns like Casemiro and creativity from Bruno Fernandes and Amad Diallo, United are expected to edge it despite a disciplined Forest side. Predicted goals: Fernandes, Amad and a possible farewell moment for Casemiro. And that is your Reds view for today. What a moment this is for Manchester United. From the chaos of January, the Amorim sacking, the despair, the questions about whether this club could ever get back on track, to this. Champions League football is booked. The manager question is about to be resolved. The summer plans are ambitious and defined. The squad has quality, energy and belief. There is a long way to go. There is a massive rebuild ahead. The Champions League will bring a completely different level of challenge. But for the first time in a very long time, Manchester United supporters have genuine reason to be excited about what is coming next. Sunday is the last home game of this Premier League season. Get yourselves down to Old Trafford if you can, or tune in and back the lads. Come on, United. Let's finish this season strong. Let's give Casemiro and this group of players the send-off they deserve. Let's look forward to a summer that could genuinely transform this football club. Until next time, this has been Red's View. Hit subscribe if you are not already on board. Drop a like, leave your predictions for Sunday in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.